Okay, everyone. I assume that you know why we're here, right? Hi! Welcome to the Genshin Impact version 4.3 special program. Yay!
Yay!
Let's take a moment to watch the version 4.3 trailer.
Camera operator, that can be a pretty technical job. Are you really up to it?
Oh yeah, if I have to take your pictures, I'm up to the task, alright?
Wait,
Damn,
you
she's
put
fast.
no thought into finding a good camera angle, and the characters weren't in the shots. Positions, everyone!
Nice to meet you. I am Navia, the
Hold on.
president leader.
I feel like it's blurry. Why is it blurry? Why is it 720p? Go to 1080p, please.
Commander-in-Chief, Executive Director, and Boss of Spina di Rosula. Hey there!
She carries around the cannon.
Yeah! Ha! Umbrella warfare, I guess. Fire!
Boom.
Alright, cameras will start rolling.
Oh,
as
they're gonna
soon
work
as
together.
The set is ready.
Where's the traveler?
Karina's really kicking things into gear as the director.
Props and lighting set the scene. Actors can get their makeup done. Extras, go over your positions.
Wait, oh.
Camera ready, get the clapper board.
Who's
Actors,
Cherry?
do your Lights,
Who's Sherry?
camera.
That's Cherry. That's how you pronounce Cherry.
Enough, villain! Pay for the death
Ayaka
of our
is here.
mother!
You're just as naive as her. Did you really think 2 muskets would be enough to defeat me?
Your crimes are evident.
Ooh, she's about to get in a magical world. Why couldn't her weapon be a freaking
Your weapon.
gun? Boom!
Justice will prevail. Not bad. The actors' emotions were all on point. Let's keep that take. We'll move on to the next scene.
What? Oh no!
Did you really
Ayaka
think you'd
and
get away?
Yurimiya together?
Chavras.
You can keep your Mora, and you can go to hell.
Oh! Oh no! Yurimiya is dead.
Excellent. That
Why-
was
why do you
beyond
feel like that?
mesmerizing.
I've
Let's
heard that line
make a
before.
film that'll make some serious waves in Fontaine.
You can keep your money and you can go to
Not
hell.
the kind of waves that drown people.
Ayaka is holding a gun. Oh baby, Yoimiya is dead. Ayaka has come to take revenge on Yoimiya because Yoimiya, well, Traveler picked up Yoimiya. But who is you, my lady? Who's that behind Farina? I'm more interested in her. She looks like a pirate character. Can we see her in the vision? We can't. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go back a little. Where is she? Where is she? There she is. Oh, Ayato is gonna be there too. I
the
completely
Props and
I
lighting
did not
set
see
the
Ayato at all.
actors can get their makeup done. Extra.
Oh, Ayato is an extra. Yeah, I can accept that. He deserves
Let's
to
go
be an
over your
extra.
position.
Who is you? Director. Cheery. Not is it Cheery or Cheery? How do you pronounce it? I don't know. I love her eyes. It's red eyes. I love that.
Camera ready. Get the clock.
Next, let's have a look at her fashion show.
Ooh, and by fashion show, we mean her character showcase.
I
Okay.
always say that blind optimism isn't the answer.
Okay, I dare
Right,
Genshin to
You
copyright
have
strike
to
me
go
this
out
time.
and seize it with your own 2 hands.
Oh, that's the elegant bow I was talking about yesterday.
This one's got your name on it.
Cannon.
Proper send-off from the Spina with love.
Ooh, that's
I'm
smile.
sorry, can we take a moment to appreciate how perfectly Chiori customized Navia's clothes and accessories to reflect her personality? She clearly pays a lot of attention to the small details.
Erica, I love how seriously you're taking the sponsorship. It's really great.
It's important.
While we're on this topic, though, Navia's parasol seems pretty interesting.
I know,
on the
right?
outside, it looks like a delicate accessory used to block out the sun, but on the inside, there's actually a secret firearm that can be used to ward off enemies at a moment's notice. It's elegant and fierce all at once. just like Navia herself.
Is there a Japanese version of this special stream
Even
for
when
the
it comes
Japanese
to her
voice actor?
enemies, Navia is not the type to eschew basic etiquette, so she prefers to maintain appropriate distance while in combat. While using her elemental skill, Navia opens her gunbrella and fires multiple
Gunbrella.
Rosula shard shots that can pass through
Okay,
opponents, dealing
okay.
geo damage
I can buy the
upon
gunbrella.
a successful strike.
Wait, is it
For a
actually called
period of
gunbrella?
time after
No, crystal
using her
shrapnel.
elemental
Alright.
skill, Navia's normal, charged, and plunging attacks will deal increased damage and become infused with the power of
Oh!
Geo.
No. What?
Navia opens her gunbrella and
I
fires
can.
multiple Rosula shard shots that can pass through opponents, dealing geo damage upon a successful strike. For a period of time after using her elemental skill, Navia's normal, charged, and plunging attacks will deal increased damage
Oh,
and be infused with the
she
power
is
of
replacing
Geo,
Ito.
which cannot be overridden.
When Navia's in combat, there
Okay.
are these little markings around her that look like bullets. I wonder if
Oh,
that's some sort
no.
of ammo for the gunbrella?
Am I gonna wish for Navia too? I
You
don't
guessed it.
wanna.
When a character in the party obtains an elemental shard created from the crystallize reaction, Navia will gain crystal shrapnel charges. Navia will consume these charges after unleashing her elemental
Ooh.
skill. Her skill damage increases
He
with
is
the number of
replacing
charges
Ito.
that she's accumulated.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Bye bye, Ito.
So
Your
you're saying
reign
that Navia's
is
elemental
over.
skill becomes more powerful if she works
Poor
together
guy.
with other characters in the party to trigger the crystallize reaction.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, great.
Navia's elemental burst calls forth the
Cannon
Rosula
fire.
Dorata Salute, which unleashes a massive
not
bombardment
reading
on
all the
opponents in front of her,
username.
periodically dealing geo elemental damage. I should also mention that Navia will accumulate crystal shrapnel charges at certain intervals if she strikes enemies with the Rosula Dorata Salute.
Ooh,
nice.
now that salute is spectacular. That's awesome.
I heard that the Spina di Rosula
Okay.
likes to perform firearms
So her
salutes
burst is
before
basically
important
is to buff her
negotiations.
skill.
You know,
Redeem
as a
button
way
does
to
not
celebrate
show.
future success.
You
And
can
don't
redeem it
misunderstand, you guys,
through
it's not an
online as well. Just
intimidation tactic
Google
at all.
Oh,
Genshin code
okay.
redeem. It should give you
Yeah, I
the
guess
link.
That's just the Spina's way of
You can
showing
use
respect
do that
in
from there
their
too.
own
For your
way.
lab.
Yeah, totally.
Not intimidating at all.
No.
As the president of the Spina di Rosula, Navia is always trying to collect the latest intel by exploring all corners of Fontaine. When Navia is dispatched on a 20-hour expedition in Fontaine, rewards gained will be increased.
Okay, so we just mentioned that Navia is the president of the Spina di Rosula. So I think
God
we
damn
should
it,
bring up
I wanna
Spina's
wish for
contributions
Raiden,
to averting
not her.
Fontaine's prophesized crisis. I mean, it was all thanks to Navia's leadership.
Exactly. Some people even lost their lives during that disaster. I'm certain that those events
No, I'm
weighed
still
heavily on
upset
Navia,
about
but she
the
remained
two
tough
dudes.
and committed to
Oh.
leading the Spina.
Yeah.
Yeah, and while we're on the topic of Fontaine's crisis, though the prophesized dangers are over, the town is probably still busy rebuilding everything, right? I bet Navia's gonna be occupied with that for a long time.
Oh, definitely. That's something that travelers will be able to see for themselves. Navia's story quests, the Rosa Multiflora chapter, will become available in version 4.3. The Spina will be working diligently to rebuild Poisson. Though repairing the houses will be straightforward, the emotional distress may be much more difficult to address. If you're curious about how Navia and her crew are going to proceed, then be sure to check it out.
Ugh, I'm so
Oh, I'll check it out, alright.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
looking forward to seeing what happens. Okay, so now that we've introduced Navia, it's time for Shovers to be in the spotlight. Okay, I
Okay.
know that since she's a newcomer, you probably can't wait to learn more about her. So let's get right into it.
Okay.
She's Pyro, we know that.
How should I introduce her? First off, Chevres is the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. It's a Fontainian organization that handles all sorts of difficult cases and dangerous criminals.
Ooh. She doesn't like to appear in public without good because so if you happen to run into her, it's likely that you're in some sort of trouble. But
But as long as you're a law-abiding citizen, there's no need to worry. Chevres is actually really easy to get along with outside of work.
Oh, Feastos are just the best snack.
Oh,
easy to
yeah.
carry with
I
you
love
and
snacks
with
too.
so many sauces. Final warning.
Boom.
Hands where I can see them.
What? That was so fire. And I am not just talking about her skills.
Oh my gosh, look at her idol animation. I love that she loves snacks. That is so awesome.
I love it too.
And she gets it.
Yeah, she gets it. She really does. She's not exactly what you'd
She
expect.
also has
from
a
the captain
headphone.
of the
She's an
Special
e-girl.
Patrol,
I
though,
just
right?
noticed
I
it.
guess that's
Okay, get a
kind of
close up.
true.
Let's close up on her.
Chevrus's work as a captain can be
Ah,
The Special Patrol, though, right?
I guess
Stop.
that's kind of true. I mean, Chevrus's work
look at that. She has headphones. She's
as
an
a
actual
captain can
e-girl.
be really stressful. I mean, I can't blame the girl for indulging every once in a while to relieve some stress. She even adjusts her training regimen to make up for her snacking habits. In fact, she trains more than any other member of the Special Patrol. Her platoon really admires her for that.
Wow. Okay, she's got some willpower. That is awesome. She's really admirable.
The Special Patrol prioritizes combat ability above all else, so the organization often attracts some eccentric personalities.
Okay.
Okay, I kind of wish her weapon was a sword, not a polearm, because look at this icon up here. It's a gun and a sword cross. Why didn't they? I mean, since they designed that, then why not just stick with the sword?
Yeah.
Why did
The
they go
Special
with a
Patrol
polearm?
used to have problems with insubordination, but ever since Chevrus took control, everyone has fallen into line, which does not surprise me at all. She commands respect among her peers, and she's a formidable fighter, and she leads by example. Though she demands excellence from her platoon, she holds herself to even higher standards. She always tries to be an example for others to follow, whether it's investigating cases or in marksmanship practice.
You did not get a
It
primo
looks
gems.
like a lot of her skills involve using a musket. She must be a pretty good shot.
Are you sure,
for sure.
you the code was correct?
Chevrus and her musket are basically partners in crime. They're inseparable. She definitely knows her way around a firearm. Chevrus uses her musket to fire at opponents during her elemental skill. For a period of time
Does
after
it heal?
unleashing her elemental skill, Chevrus will continuously restore HP to the active character on the field.
Okay.
During her elemental burst, Chevrus fires an explosive grenade with her musket, which will split
Why
into
didn't you-
secondary explosive
did you
shells upon
get it
impact.
before?
Impact.
Whoa. Wait, I noticed that Chevrus has bullet-like markings around her during combat. Can she shoot a special type of ammo?
That's right. Chevrus obtains an overcharged ball when a nearby party member triggers the
Well, what?
overloaded
Okay.
reaction.
There will be
Holding
two more,
Chevrus's
so let's see.
elemental skill will consume this special ammo to unleash an even more powerful pyro attack that covers a larger AoE. This attack will also grant an attack buff to all pyro and electro characters in the party.
Okay, so that's where the name Overcharged Ball comes from.
Uh-huh. Chevrus actually came up with the name herself.
Oh.
She was reading a novel where the protagonist believed that names held a lot of power. If you give something a cool-sounding name, then you've given yourself an advantage over your enemies. That kind of logic resonated with her, I guess.
Oh,
So is
well, I guess she has a point.
Oh, I should also mention what happens if Chevrus is paired with all pyro and electro characters.
Okay.
If your party contains at least one character of either type, then triggering the overloaded reaction will cause an opponent's pyro and electro resistances to decrease.
Oh,
Okay, so it seems like Chevrus could really shine in an Overload team comp. But I also did
But
notice
Overload
that
just
Chevrus
sucks, though,
isn't
because it
solely
can't
limited
crit.
to a musket. She also
Mhm.
uses a polearm in combat. Okay, honestly, if I were a criminal, I feel like I'd be pretty nervous if she came after me.
Oh, for sure. Most people who have something to hide avoid her like their lives depend on it. And maybe it does. In all seriousness, though, that's why Chevrus trains so hard. She has to be able to catch a wide variety of cunning criminals who try to evade her at all costs.
so they're
So when
finally
Chevrus is in your party,
going
stamina
into
consumption from
polearm?
sprinting is
Okay.
decreased.
So they're finally trying to get
I
into
love
Overload,
that.
I guess, because
These
Pyro
two
Nation
characters
next.
are great. Both of them would be great leads in our commercial. I don't know, it's so hard to choose.
I know. And I will make this even harder for you.
Oh no.
We're about to take a look at what event wishes that travelers can look forward to in version 4.3. The candidate pool for the lead role of our commercial is about to get even bigger.
Oh
my
no. In the first half of version 4.3, travelers can look forward to
With
event wishes
Ayaka.
for Navia and Ayaka. A
You
new
can't go
5-star
wrong with
Claymore,
either of them.
Verdict, will also
From
be
what I
featured in the weapon
saw
event
just
wish.
now,
In the second half
You
of
can't
version
go wrong with-
4.3,
Oh,
we'll have
I would write it.
returning event wishes from the
and
Raiden
poor
Shogun
Yoimiya.
and Yoimiya.
Oh, I
During
feel
this
so
time,
bad for
Chevrus will
Yoimiya,
also
but
receive a huge
love
drop
you,
rate
Raiden.
boost. Be sure to check them out if you're interested.
You're my
That's
love,
awesome.
but
Travelers
I'm sorry.
Can also look forward to two new
Yoimiya,
artifact
I
sets
am
in
so
version
sorry.
4.3. Songs of Days Past and Nighttime Whispers in the Echoing Woods. Be sure to keep an eye on future
There are
announcements
gonna be
to
new
learn more about
artifacts.
them.
Okay. So
This
there's
seems
no
like a
point in
perfect time
pre-grinding.
for our first break.
Right is to
This is
leave.
such a tiny Genshin
so
thumbnail.
exciting.
Just ruining her
The
hair.
Fontaine Film
Bottom right.
Association
You guys can't even see it because
proposed
I'm
the
blocking it.
Fontinalia Film
You guys can't even
Festival
see
earlier
them. I
this
just
year.
realized.
And during this time, the public may submit films for evaluation. The entry with the highest score will be given the Farina Award by the association.
Well, we
Papa,
can see
my
Farina
cat.
working with
Nomi,
Ayaka and
there you
the
go.
others here. So wait, does this mean that there's
Where
a
do I
chance
go?
that
It's
Farina
still-
might win the Farina Award? Okay, now I'm intrigued.
Well, I'm sorry,
There you go.
but I'm
This
gonna
is
have
perfect.
to leave you in suspense.
I'm with them.
If
Hello there.
travelers are curious about what Ayaka and the others are doing, interdiction Arc Minute Sharpshooting Zone. In this activity, travelers will use the special security and surveillance
Ooh,
patrol
we'll be sniping
simulation
people.
device
Oh,
to
we
practice
literally gonna be
targeting
sniping
and shooting
people. Okay.
opponents.
Yep.
Ooh.
The Special Patrol wanted the public to experience how fun target practice can be.
And the
So we're
second
basically
activity booth is
abusing the
called
hilly
Trick Shots,
trolls.
Tricky Lights.
I love
In
it.
this activity, travelers will use the studio's special lighting effects to film
Oh.
a fight scene. Take advantage of the buffs brought about by the special
I
lighting
mean, if I
effects
use
to
Raiden,
beat
there
an
won't be
endless
any
stream of
fight.
opponents and
There will
obtain
be
a higher
massacre.
score.
So cool. Those special lighting effects are really giving off old movie vibes. Navia's movements are also super smooth. It's all so atmospheric.
Oh, for sure. But not everyone is enjoying the fun and games. Travelers will meet a contract employee at the third activity booth. She
Okay.
needs some help with her demanding client. During the activity Extreme Drive, travelers will help her test out stabilization mecha balls.
Look at how the traveler chases after those stabilization mecha balls. Okay, I bet
What are we
that
doing? What are they
contract
doing?
employee can relate since she's being chased
Oh,
down by that client.
do we just have to push them out?
Stabilization mecha balls
Okay.
seem pretty ordinary, but they're actually very agile. They'll automatically avoid all testers by moving in the opposite direction of your movement. You can find jump boosters around the testing grounds. Travelers can use them to jump
Now
higher
you go
and
make
further,
food, alright.
which is perfect for
Did
quickly
they
traversing
take
to
your
the other
dude?
side of a stabilization mecha ball. Travelers in co-op matches will have to find a way to herd as many stabilization mecha balls into their target area as possible within the time limit.
Oh,
The
it's a
more mecha
co-op
balls that end
be-
up in your
basically it's a
area, the more
challenge.
points you'll earn.
The fourth
Okay.
activity
So you have to
booth
fight
is
against
called
other players.
Into the Frame. In this activity, travelers will get to shoot their own scenes by experimenting with different camera positions and narration techniques.
Cool, we get to make a movie. That's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, Ayaka and Ayato aren't the only Inazumans traveling abroad in version 4.3.
Oh?
Koki Shinobu just arrived in Liyue for her class reunion.
Oh?
Yeah, and
Oh,
Ito
no.
decided to tag along as the
No,
boss of the Harataki
Ito,
gang.
my
And
brother.
He brought his pony Kabuto with him. I think
Of
he
course
plans
they
to
did.
train his beetles for battle.
Oh, he's here to fight
Yeah.
Navia.
Water, but when I first arrived in Fontaine, I discovered that Seely couldn't follow me underwater. Is this treasure-seeking Seely different?
That is very observant of you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Okay, so
In
this
this
one special
iteration
Seely.
of the
And another old friend is returning in version 4.3. That's right.
Oh,
It's
Lieben, my
Yay!
guy, my dude,
And
my
if
pal,
Reuben
my
is
buddy.
around,
Let's
then that
go.
must mean
Let's dive into the system optimizations that the project team has prepared
Yes.
for version 4.3.
Yes,
Okay.
please. This is what
First,
I'm
we have
interested
some
in.
artifact-related optimizations to introduce. With an ever-increasing amount of artifact sets to choose from, many travelers may have been hoping for a better and quicker way to
Yes.
filter and locate
I
desired
was the
artifacts.
very first day I
After
played
the
this
version
game.
4.3 update, travelers can check out artifact set
Oh.
recommendations for a given character to see what
Oh.
artifact sets active players have been choosing for that character recently.
That's
I don't
cool.
care.
Mhm.
I'm
In
still gonna
addition,
go with
an
my own build.
automatic locking function has been added. Now, when filtering artifacts in your inventory, you can lock
Okay,
the
yeah.
artifacts that fit your filter specifications in batches.
Yes.
With the
Yes.
automatic locking function, newly acquired artifacts that fit your locking criteria will
Yes,
automatically
please.
be locked when added to your inventory.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome.
Travelers can have up to 2
what
preset
the heck?
auto-lock plans
Lumin,
for each
be more
artifact
excited
set.
about this.
Travelers can choose their own or follow the recommended settings summarized for active player data. Since it may take some time
Who
to
use
collect the
active player
necessary
data? Go with your own
statistics,
build.
New artifact sets will not feature recommended locking settings immediately.
Okay.
Yes. Of course, if you can lock
Alright.
artifacts in
Yeah, the
batches,
new
you can
characters, new
unlock them
sets
in
is gonna
batches
take
as
some
well.
time. I get
Travelers
it.
can look
Because this
forward to
is
both
just
of
a
those features in the new
collective
update.
data. It's not
That's
like
not all,
the game is
though.
hosting you.
Travelers will be able to sort artifacts by 3 different attributes. Plus, the artifact enhancement screen will allow travelers to add a greater amount of enhancement materials at once.
Yes,
An
thank you.
enhancement limit feature will also be available. Hopefully, these optimizations will not only make artifacts easier to find, but also quicker to level. Be on the lookout for future announcements.
Come
to
on,
learn
show us the
more.
whole
The
rotation.
project team is always working hard to address
I
your
wa- I
survey
wanted to
feedback.
see his
So,
luck.
travelers should look forward to further artifact-related optimizations in future version updates.
Mhm.
Improvements to equipping artifacts and other artifact-related optimizations are all in the works.
Yay.
In addition, the project team has made adjustments to provide smoother ascension and enhancement experiences for travelers. When you level up a character, enhance an artifact, or enhance a weapon, you no longer have to click so many pop-up windows.
Oh, that's awesome. As a new player,
Thank
using
you,
a
my
few
mouse
1
will
and
be
2
so
star
much
materials
happy.
to level artifacts, the whole process might feel a bit slow, especially with pop-up windows appearing.
Oh,
Totally.
refining.
This new optimization significantly
Even though I don't
reduces
really
the
do
amount
that
of pop-up
that
windows
much,
that we
but
have
it's
to
still
click
annoying
through.
every time
So
I
travelers
do
can look
go to
forward
do
to a
it.
much smoother enhancement and leveling process. The next
Thank you.
optimization has made it easier to repeat domain challenges.
Okay, how so?
Previously, travelers who tried to continue domain challenges would be sent to the entrance of the domain. This meant they would have to run all the way to the center to start the challenge. But after this update, travelers who choose to continue in a domain challenge will load right next to the area where you actually start fighting. Which
I
is
think it
amazing.
was designed
So,
that way
happy
to
farming,
help people
everyone.
in the co-op because some
Good.
people takes
This should make it
longer
way
time to
easier for
reload.
players to farm artifacts
So-
for Navia.
I think it was fine
Definitely.
before. Like that run never really
In
bothered me.
addition,
Exactly the same. Can't wait to see more Navia in her fighting action.
Mhm.
And also,
Me neither.
can't wait for more
I might
swimming
end up pulling
seals.
Navi, not gonna lie.
They are so
Oh.
sweet. my goodness.
You know, my next favorite
Yeah,
is
I
not
think the
confirmed,
mini-game-
so it's over. My next favorite is not confirmed, so I might just keep wishing on her. If I get her, I get her. If I don't get her, it's just gonna build up pity for her, then I guess.